Good evening, everyone. This is Ronald. I'm making a video for you to understand how we're going to work with animated Hebrew and the book from Alan P. Ross. So before we're going to introduce the books we are going to use, I want to share something about using Zoom. This is the application we are using to communicate and how to do the lessons together. Some of you already have a Zoom account, but if you're new to this kind of process, I will show you where you can create a Zoom account. It's all free. So we go to my browser and we type in the address bar just zoom.us and you can see it already. The Zoom page is coming up. This is the Zoom page. This is everything you can do with it. If you already have an account, you can sign in here. If you don't have, then you put on this button and it says your work email address. So you use your email address. I am Ronald at home.com or something like that, and you do sign up and you get this email and then you say confirm, we'd like you to help go through it. So you can unscribe at any time. Set preferences, so you can set preferences that unsubscribe me entirely, but they don't do that. So I am Ronald at home. So now I have to, this is an imaginary email, of course. So after I got the email in my inbox, then you activate it and you have the move. The important thing is to download from your App Store or from your Android store the Zoom application and install it on your laptop or on your PC or on your Apple or on your phone, so you can always use that to connect. Once you have installed that, you will receive a Zoom link before the meeting starts, and when you click on that link, the application on your computer will open, and when it opens, it will you come into our audience room and then you can see everybody and talk. There are some rules, but we explain later on about muting yourself or not. So this is about Zoom, and now we continue with the book. So we are going to do the teaching according to this book. This is Introducing Biblical Hebrew from Alan P. Ross. It's available or not on Amazon. And you might wonder why I speak in English. Well, there are some English friends who might join us and they also want to know what we're going to do. So wanneer ik Nederlands spreek, verstaan ze er geen bal van. Dus this book is a very practical book. The first 6 chapters are just basic introduction to the letters and to the vowels and to some rules. And from chapter 7 on, it goes into grammar, forms and meanings. It's a very good book. We did it in 2015, somewhere there, my wife and I, Noortje, and we learned a lot from it. One of the downsides of this book was there are some exercises in it, but not much, and the right solution is not in the book. So how do we solve that? Well, there is another book. I'm still waiting for it. It can be ordered on Amazon also, and that's a book that is an addition to this book, and it has all kinds of exercises, so that will help you. We also have some Dutch Hebrew grammar books with exercises, so we could use the exercises from that book to learn also. So the book is good to have. I think you have a great way of learning the language, and it's good for those who are not familiar with the English pronunciation of words or meanings of grammar, etc. You could consider to do a Dutch book from Scandalon. We'll come that later on, but for those who can read English, and we're going to explain this. So this is Biblical Hebrew. What we did and that's perhaps also very helpful, we made, yeah, we call it a multimap. I don't know, a folder, multimap. With a multimap like this, you know, so I can see which one it is. And in it is blank paper with squares on it. And why is it square? Well, that's very simple. The Hebrew letters are letters you write in a square. So when you want to learn how to write the letters, you can use this kind of forms. And there is, we always also provide, this is the way how you really write the letters. So which arrow, how do you put it in, etc. So we will provide this, so it makes you easy to, if you want to do an exercise of writing out the whole alphabet, and you need to learn that, is you can see it up close. Maybe you see the arrows at the letters, so you know which way to write and how. Very simple. So what we did, based on the book, I just wrote out what the video tells us. We come to the video soon, but this is how it works. You see, you make notes, and you can see it, and you write it out, and that's the way. You know, it's every paragraph you help, and when you continue to do this, for instance, this is an exercise. You need, oh, you see, this is an exercise how you do it, and we found a good way of doing this. And I put a tab, you call it a tab page, like this, a tab page for chapter 2, and this is the vowel chart. There is a digital one, but I found it very easy to write it out, because when you write it out, you learn twice. So all the names are in it, and it takes some time to get hold of all the letters. And we can continue chapter 3. Well, when I study, I use different colors to express things. You can see it. You see? And here's an example of an exercise that we need square paper for, so you can learn how to write correctly. So how does the lesson start? Well, what we do is we have just opening with the whole group, and we can chat. And when we do that, then I'm going to share my Mozilla face, and I'm going to share sound and optimize for full screen. So this is my start page, and you go to animated Hebrew. Oh, wait, animated Hebrew. There it comes. .com. This is the page we're going to use. This website, and you see here video lectures. So we click on that, and this is the Hebrew video course. This is based on the book. You see all these lessons, and I suggest we do this one lesson, one chapter a week. So you got 31 minutes to watch, and when we do that, when we have done that, then we can ask some questions, and then we stop. So it takes, you see here's a long one, it's 50 minutes, but the most are 30, 43 minutes, 40, 47, 38. This one is a big one, number 7. It's an hour, but most are less than an hour or half an hour approximately. Oh, this is a big one also, but you see this, you can easily do one chapter a week, and you see how many chapters there are. So we'll be busy for quite some time, and that's the meaning, because in order to learn a language, you need to use time. It doesn't go automatically. You can't learn Hebrew in a weekend. Unless God intervenes and tells you how to eat a scroll in Hebrew, so do you understand Hebrew. But that is not the normal way. The normal way is you learn how a language by doing and engaging it. So let's go a simple lesson, not the alphabet. This is a long one. I take gutturals, and now he starts speaking. And when he starts speaking, I stop speaking.
gutturals and resh. 4 of the Hebrew letters, consonants, are gutturals. These are aleph, and ayin, and hey, and chet. They're called gutturals because they're pronounced near the back of the throat, or at the back of the throat. They'll tend to change vowels. They'll tend to change vowels to make them be pronounced further at the back of the mouth to match where these consonants are pronounced. There's another consonant, resh, that sometimes behaves like a guttural. It's not a guttural, but it'll sometimes behave like a guttural, and so often as you move through Hebrew, you'll hear these referred to together as a group, gutturals and resh.
Okay. Where are we? I've lost you. Ah, there you are. This is something I want to learn. That's why I do this lesson, to understand how the stuff works in lifetime. So, sorry. What I did is just share one lesson, and the lesson was only this part of the book. You see, chapter 136, gutturals, and you see all the text. Well, when you learn from a book like this, it's some people can learn by reading books, but most people are programmed to learn when a teacher is in front, and that's better. And I could go another lesson. That's a little bit long. That's 4 minutes. So let's see another one that's not so long. Letters that sound the same. Maybe that one. Let's use that one. And where are you? Come on. There you are. So I'm now going to share again screen, and then we do letters that sound the same. This is in the book. It's this book. Similar letters. So we're going to share this and go share. And now we play this one.
Sound the same.
Letters that sound the same.
There are a few letters in the Hebrew alphabet that look different but sound the same. The first set is the tav, at least if you're following modern Hebrew pronunciation, with or without the dagesh lene, and the tet. And these are all pronounced t, as in our English T. So the tav and the tet, pronounced t. Another pair is the sin. Remember, if the dot is on this side, it's sin. If it's on this side, it's sheen, pronounced sh. So the sin and the samech, they are both pronounced like our English S, s. The third pair is the kaf with the dagesh and the kof. And these are both pronounced like the hard C, k, as in our English K. There are 2 other letters that sound similar. In practice, they're usually pronounced the same by most students of Hebrew, I suspect. One pair is the kaf without the dagesh and the chet. Most books will tell you to pronounce these as the ch in loch or bach, this sort of German-sounding ch. In reality, I suppose this is not really the same as this. This is more ch, and this is ch. I can't maintain that distinction in reading Hebrew, though. It's too difficult for me personally. The other set that you could say sound the same, or at least similar, is the aleph and the ayin. And for all practical purposes, they're simply silent. it's the aleph is like the H in air. There's this initial stoppage of breath, air. And ayin is a little bit deeper in the throat, ayin. Again, I can't maintain that distinction. For most of my Hebrew reading, they're simply silent letters. So, to recap, we have Tav and Tate, pronounced T. We have Sin and Samech, pronounced like the S. We have Kaf with the Dagesh and Kof, pronounced K. We have Kaf without the Dagesh and Chet, both pronounced Ch. And we have Ayin, Aleph and Ayin, which are pronounced as silent letters.
So this is a lesson, and what we will do is just discuss after this lesson what to do, and if everybody has questions. Because of our English friends, it's good to have your questions in English, but if not, it's no problem. We can always translate from English to Dutch and from Dutch to English, no problem. Well, so if you, for us, it's to do when to do it. And I know everybody has a busy schedule, but we are also recording this. And because we record it and you miss a session, you can always look at it afterwards. So we'll make a page available on our Vimeo page, and then the lessons will be there presented. So we think an hour in a week, and then you have some in the beginning maybe to practice a lot writing the letters and learning the alphabet in Hebrew, of course, is very nice to do. And perhaps we could do use Bible Hub also as a means to understand what it means in real scripture, what we have learned. So you can recognize when you read scripture in the Bible in interlinear verse, that you can see, hey, I've learned that, now I understand it. That's interesting. And so, okay, let's do this. We suggest to do this course every Tuesday, dinsdag, and maybe we can start out in European time 7:30. So that's 7:30 is 6:30 in England, or 8 o'clock from 8 to 9, and then you have the rest of the evening free. You only miss a journal, but so if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And I hope you enjoyed this small introduction video, what we're going to do. A recap, advice to get the book, available on Amazon or bol.com or others. Don't pay more than 34 euros, or it's not necessary. Get yourself a multimap with tabulars like this, so you can use the for each chapter 1. Get yourself this kind of paper, vierkant, ruitjespapier we call it in Dutch. Ruitjes because it's square. Ruitjespapier, so you can learn how to write, and with normal lines, some paper. It's very helpful. Get a set of stifts. I prefer to use many colors, so when you want to address something, you can change the colors, and that's very good to learn. And we will make available all these kind of handy documents, like how do you actually write the Hebrew letters. And in Dutch it's called kwadraatschrift. You know, kwadraat is square, square writing, so it's always in the square. That's why the letters are always in a square, except for a few exceptions, of course. All right, let's do this, and please let us know if you still want to join us. No problem if you say I don't have the time or the energy or whatever, but why we do this? Learning together is a stimulus. I have this book now for several years, and it's collecting dust. We bought it in August 2016, and it's collecting dust. And the point is, learning alone is sometimes hard and takes much discipline. And learning together is disciplining together. So that's the reason we want to do this, and we can help each other. There's no cost, only you have to pay the book if you want to, and to pay some additional stuff. But the animated Hebrew lessons are for free on the internet. You know where you can find them now, www.animatedhebrew.com, and you can have a look for yourself. And we see you. And we'll wait until next week to start, but now you have an impression what we are going to do. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.